the homework? Let's go around the room and tell me how you did these. So Andy, what'd you do for number 1, area?
4 times 3.
Right, so area is base times height. And your height and base are the two that form a square or right angle. So 4 and 3.
12.
And the units?
Centimeters squared.
Right, 12 centimeters squared. Perfect. Haley Harlan, how about perimeter?
I did, this is how I did. I did 4 times 2 and 3 times 2.
Good. So that's a perfectly good way to do it. Some of you might have just done 4 plus 4 plus 3 plus 3.
This is what I did.
So 8 plus 6. And what are your units here? Centimeters. So perimeter is all of the distance around. Now, do you see how I'm showing my work? You should be showing your work too. So if you don't have work on that sheet, start doctoring it up.
Do we have to do like the A plus B plus times C?
You don't. I'm trying to put those formulas in there to help you remember them. But you should have like the 4 times 3 and the 12 centimeters squared. Okay, Mark Harris. How about number 2? Area?
I did
Right. Did you hear how he said the right angle? You're looking for the right angle. Nice job there. Okay, so for area, you only use the 2 highlighted in yellow. Hi, Tyler. 8 centimeters squared. Good. Okay, Sasha, how about perimeter work on this one?
I thought it was going to be 2, but then I did 1.7 plus 1.7.
Right.
And then 4 plus 4.
Right. And you don't use the 2 at all. So perimeter is distance around. So if we start here, the perimeter is 4 plus 1.7 plus 1.7. I mean, 4. Let me say that again. So you go 4 plus 1.7 plus 4 plus 1.7. So you ignore the 2 for perimeter because it's not on the outside. So you did that correctly. So 1.7, Sasha, and 1.7?
3.4.
Good. And 4 plus 4? And I can add them separately like that because it's all addition. If there were other operations like subtract and multiply, you would always work left to right. So that's 11.4. And the units, Sasha? Centimeters. Everybody at this point should be using a correcting pen, checking their work. And make sure you're correcting your work here. Okay, let's see, Michaela. For number 3, what's the triangle area formula? Nice. Base times height divided by 2. 8 is your base, and what's your height? Nice. Good job. 8 times 3. Right? Order of operations work left to right. It is 24. Good job on that.
24 divided by 2. 24 divided by 2. 12.
And your units?
The units is C squared.
Yeah. Did you notice I meant there's a little n missing over there? Okay.
Squared.
That's great. Thank you. Squared. Okay, perimeter work. Emma, how do you do the perimeter?
I did 3.6 plus 5.8 plus 3.6.
So perimeter, Emma, you have 3.6, right? Plus 5.8.
Plus 3.6.
You have to go all the way around. I have only
Oh,
plus 8, right? You have to complete the loop. So did you notice how this one I'm lining up vertically because I want to line my decimals up. All right. So what's 6 and 8, Emma?
6. Well, I added 3.0, but I don't know what I did. I added 3.
Do you see why you
Yeah.
have a mistake there?
Yeah.
So it's really the distance around. It has nothing to do with the height. Okay, so what's 6 and 8?
6 and 8 is I just had it 14.
Good. Carry the 1. 3 and 1 make 4. Add 5. Yes, that's correct. So 17.4 centimeters. Okay, Sammy, how do you do number 4 for the area? What was your strategy?
Well, I cut, so I put 2 lines, like I made 2 rectangles on the side of the square.
Like across?
No, like
Down.
down. Like,
Yeah. So you could do more than one strategy. This is Sammy's strategy. Like that?
Yeah.
Okay, that'll work. As long as you know all your measures, right?
and then I did 3 times 4 for the rectangle on the right.
Okay. So we're looking at the rectangle on the right here. 3 times 4. So the base of the rectangle on the right must be your 3. How do you know that? How do you know that, Sammy? That's 3.
Because it's the same as the one in the middle.
How do you know that? You have to know more. So look at the bottom. How far is the whole bottom? 6, right? How much is this right here? 1. How much is this right here?
2.
2, right? Because it's the same as this up here, right? And the 1 comes from here.
Then 2 plus 1.
2 plus 1 makes 3, so the leftover right here has to be 3 to make the total of 6. Okay, so you have to make sure you understand that, right? So you're right. So we're going to have 3 times 4 in here. I'm going to write it in there. So that's 12 centimeters squared, right?
Yeah, and then
Which one next?
I did 2 times 4 for the rectangle on the left.
So this one?
Yeah.
Right, because we know the base is 2. We just did that, and the 4 is the same as over here, right? So 2 times 4 is 8. So your work over here would probably have a 3 times 4 plus a 2 times 4 plus what else?
1 times 1.
It's a 1 times 1. Okay.
And then 2 times 4 is 12. 2 times 4 is 8. And then 1 times 1 is 1. And then that's 20. And then 20 plus 1 is 21. And so it's 21 centimeters squared.
Good. Raise your hand if you have that. Any questions? It looks like you guys are doing well on that one. We okay on that?
Yeah.
Okay, perimeter. You want to do the perimeter, Isabella? So where are we going to start? How about if we start right here? Okay? What are you going to start with? 2 centimeters. So she's going to go 2 centimeters, then what? That's 3 right there because of this 3, right? So plus 3 plus 1, right, over here. And then plus what? Okay, so plus 1 plus 3. Now what are you going to add? 3. Because when we cross over here, it's the same as down here. So we have a 3. And then, what's the next value? Plus 4, and then plus 6. You have to cut all the way across, don't you? Right. So let me write that in. Plus 4, plus 6. Anything else? You have to close the loop, right? Plus 4. So we're only looking at the pink around the edge. So plus 4. So let's check. We have 4, 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 1, 4. I have those ones. And then we have the 3, 3, 4, 6. 3, 3, 4, 6. She has them all. So when you add these up, you have 5 and 1 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4. So since they're all adding, you can just do smart combinations, like that's a 10, right? And we know that this is 6, this is 6, and we can add like that. So 12 plus 14 from here, 26 centimeters squared. Oh, not squared. Yep, just centimeters, because it's perimeter.
I got 25.
You got 25. Did you forget this little one right here?
Yeah. Wait.
So with all the writing on the picture, it gets kind of confusing. If we clean it up, just to try to catch your work mistake. What we do want on here is that this is 2 and this is 3, right? 1, that's another 3 right here. That's another 3, 4, the whole thing is 6, and then 4. So 2, 3, 1, 3, 4, 6, 4. Does that help?
I think I just fixed it.
Okay, that happens. Whoops. That's not what I thought was going to pop up. Okay, next one, Kanan. How do you find circumference of a circle? It's a funny C. What's the formula?
Circumference equals pi times the diameter.
Right. And I didn't ask area, but let's write it off to the side. Area is pi times the radius times the radius. I asked it on a different sheet.
Pi radius squared.
Same as pi radius squared. So pi, we're going to use 3.14. We're going to multiply by 4. So practice some old school multiplication here. What do you get, Kanan? 4 times 4?
16,
Carry the 1. 4 times 1?
4,
Add 1.
5,
4 times 3? And then there's 2 digits after the decimal. So it's 12.56. But also estimate, this is about 3 times 4, right? That's our estimate. So it has to be close to 12, right? So that's why the decimal's there. Don't forget to use common sense thinking when you're placing your decimal. Okay, Sarah, next one.
So I did 3.4.
Okay, so 3.14 times what?
Times 3.
Times 3, because we only have the radius here. We need to think of the whole diameter. And 1.5 plus 1.5 is like $1.50 plus $1.50, right? So that's like, that is 3 times 3. So 3.14 times 3, Sarah. What's 3 times 4?
12.
12. Carry the 1. What's 3 times 1?
3.
Add 1.
4.
Good. 3 times 3? 9. And if we had estimated, this would be about 3 times 3, which is about 9, right? So our decimal must be here. And according to the rule, there's 2 digits, so you can move it in twice. Am I going too fast? Okay. Number 7. What'd you do on this one, Kyle?
What did I do on number 7?
Yeah, what did you do on number 7? We're just doing area on this page.
Well,
It doesn't even say, huh? Did it have directions on 7?
yeah, it did.
Oh, but I must not have clicked it. So this is find the area for 7 and 8, right? Okay. So for 7, how do you see that area problem?
Well, I did 3 times 4.
Yeah, but tell me why. Like, what are you looking at?
Well, I'm trying to find the area that's just the triangle right now, so then.
Just the triangle?
Yeah, 4 times 3 divided by 2.
Okay, so he's looking at just the triangle in here, right? And when we do area triangle, we do base times height and divide by 2. So tell me,
And I got 6.
how did you, so for kids maybe that don't see where your numbers are coming from, if I take this out of the picture, I think everybody can see this is 4, but what did you have here?
3.
3. He had a 3 here. Okay, and is that because you use
That's
this?
2.
That's a 2, right?
And then the bottom one's a 5.
They have to add to 5. Does
Yeah.
everybody see that? So 4 times 3, he said, divided by 2, that's 12 divided by 2, which is 6, and that's for the triangle. So 6 centimeters squared. And then for the rectangle, right?
Yeah, for rectangle, I did 2 times 6. And I got 6, which I did 4 plus 2 on that.
Good, so he has 2 on the rectangle here,
2 times 6.
and he says 6 here because the 2 goes about this far, and the 4 goes that far, so together this makes a 6. So 2 times 6 is 12. So we're going to add the 12 centimeters squared. We're going to add this and this. So altogether you got 18 centimeters squared as your final answer. Better circle that so people can follow my work. Does that make sense?
I did cut it off at the 2.
Oh, you did like a
2
2.
times 2 and then 4 times 2.
That works too. Okay, let's look at this one. Number 8. Claire, how'd you start 8? Well, did you divide your shape at all? Talk to me about how you know, sort of split your shape up. Draw any lines in it?
I did.
How did you get the area then?
I guess that was
Like in your brain, you must have done some separating, right? Like up, down, or right, left? So here. So, and then any other lines? Let's see what Sasha did. Where else, Sasha?
like where there's like there.
Right here. And horizontal?
Yeah.
So, Claire, tell me, did you find 3 pieces there at all? Maybe you might have made a mistake. Let's look at it the way you have it's divided now. Okay? Can you see this first area is a rectangle, right?
Yeah.
So what's the area of that? It's just 2 times 3, right?
Yeah.
Which is 6. Okay.
Um,
Just a second, let her finish. right, for the square. So I'm trying to stick with just formulas that we've used this year. Things that you're, you know, able to do. Rectangles, squares, and triangles. So this square right here, what are the dimensions of that? It has to be, right? Because this is 2 since it's the same as that. And the whole thing's 4.
This is,
And what's this?
well, actually it shows us that on the sheet. That's what I'm trying to tell you, and it doesn't show you the 2.2 of that thing.
Let me see.
It shows 2, not 2.
Oh, so this is a 2.
Yeah, and we don't see it 2.
Okay, and that's okay. If I asked you perimeter, you would use the 2.2, but it's not wrong to have it there. But thank you for showing me there was a missing value. So that was helpful, Kyle. And then this is, that's funny, huh? This is what here then, Claire?
Would it be 1?
It would be 1. So let's get the area of the square, which is what, did you say? 4, right? Because it's 2 times 2. So 4. And then you have to get the area of the white triangle. What's the base of this? 2. And the height?
2.
Remember the base and the height make a square angle? 1. And what do you do with the triangle? After you multiply the base and height? Divide by 2, right? So this is 2 divided by 2. So now we have 10 plus 2 divided by 2. 1. So 11 centimeters squared. Did you have that? Did you see your mistake? Good. Okay, I'm going to just pause, stop that so you guys can